soda. Remy boys ain't over. Fast money don't slow. No one can control.
Hi everyone, huya guys. This is MM1 Bendita from the US Navy. So I am one of the prior service recruiter here in upstate New York. So today I will be discussing another program that we have in the Navy Reserve for prior service. And that program is called DPEP, which stands for Direct Procurement Enlistment Program. So the DPEP program is really beneficial to people or veterans who have been out at least 2 years, because they can either retain their pay grade or even go up higher than what they had before they get out. And then so there's two types of person. Like on this scenario, it's either the applicant is self-employed, and the other one is they're employed in a organization or in a company. So if you're applying for DPEP and you're self-employed, you need to have at least 2 references, and then aside from those references that you're going to provide, you will also need 3 things on top of that. So number 1, you need to have an advertisement in a telephone directory as a proof that you had you're self-employed. The other one is you need to have a billing statement, and the other one would be at least you have a current business or state license for your business. Meanwhile, if you're employed by someone or by a company, you need to have 3 references, and in those references, it's a 2-page form. So in the second page, your employer or supervisor needs to specify if you are a full-time or part-time worker. And example, if you're part-time, they need to specify how many hours you work every week, and then they need to provide further information such as, are you doing any supervisory experience? Yes or no. And then if you had any supervisory experience, they need to specify how long or the frame of time in which you did a supervisory role, and they need to specify also how many people or employees, subordinates did you supervise. And so N32 is the one approving the DPEP application with the input given by the Enlisted Community Managers or ECM. And they usually base the decision on the resume that the applicants provide. So it's really important for the applicant to create a really good resume that specifies or identifies what their job description is, and then what they do, what specific tasks they do in their job, so that the Navy can verify if what they're doing right now is really similar to whatever rate they're trying to go for, and they can assess the proficiency, and then award the corresponding pay grade that goes along with it. And then for DPEP program, we usually follow a table that we base what pay grade can certain applicant get. So if they're going to be going back as a E3, E4, E5, or E6. So for E5 and E6 is really special because they prefer the applicant to have supervisory experience. So for E5, the applicant needs to have at least 2 years minimum of supervisory experience. And if the applicant is striking for E6 pay grade, they need to have at least 4 years of supervisory experience. And then, so DPEP program is really challenging because it's a lot of paperwork, but when it comes to the applicant, it can benefit them more. And just also take note that 2 years of experience might be or is equivalent to 1,080 educational hours or vocational training, and then 1,080 vocational training hours is equivalent to 1 year worth of work experience. And then on the table that I was talking about earlier, the supervisory experience cannot be waived. So regardless of how much education, how much work experience, if there's no supervisory role, they might not be able to qualify to go back as E5 or E6. So that's why the reference also plays a big role on the application process, because your supervisor can dictate or say how many supervisory experience you have as a worker for the company. And aside from that, that's the basic DPEP information I can provide. If you have more questions, just please feel free to comment down below, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you.